Thank you for attending this webinar hosted by the Office of Sustainability. We hope to educate all UCSF health staff on proper waste separation in healthcare facilities. This training focuses on the unique waste generated by UCSF Health and ensures compliance with the City and County Ordinance and UC's policy goals. Some of you may have heard rumor that China has banned plastic recyclables from the US. You may have also heard in the news, don't bother sorting since everything's getting dumped in landfill. That's not true. In fact, China still accepts recyclables, but they will only accept loads of very low contamination, which most US recycling operators have not achieved. Luckily, SF was able to secure recycling contracts before the national sort policy took effect. As a result, San Francisco and Recology are continuing to expand the recycling program. Effective July 1, 2019, the City and County of San Francisco passed a refuse separation ordinance that allows the city to fine the largest waste generators if materials are found in the wrong waste stream. For instance, trash found in the compost, compostables found in the recycling, or recyclables found in the trash. In December 2018, Recology performed several pre-audits for 3 compactors of UCSF Health, and unfortunately we failed every single one of them. If we continue business as usual, we'll be fined $1,000 per day and lose $1,800 in credit per pickup. To avoid getting fined, our compost should contain no more than 5% contamination, recycling no more than 10% contamination, and trash no more than 25% contamination. When we look at the 3 medical center locations, Mission Bay, Moffett Long, and Mount Zion, we estimate that we could be fined up to $7.8 million per year if this is not corrected. After reviewing the waste audit results, we determined the largest area for improvement is the recycling waste stream. Hard plastics, paper cups, and cardboard boxes should all be recycled. Foil can also be recycled if it's crumpled into a large ball. Common plastics in patient care areas include urinals, kidney basins, wash basins, and bedpans, which are hard plastics and, if empty with no visible residue, can be recycled. So what are the biggest contaminants that end up in the recycle bins? The answer is gloves and loose plastic film, including grocery bags and Ziploc bags. These should not be recycled because they jam the conveyor belts. In addition, all styrofoam-coated cups, gowns, masks, and shiny wrappers go into the trash. Plastic bags can only be recycled if they are placed into a larger bag and tied tightly. Electronics should never go into the trash, and this counts as an automatic audit fail. Save these for the next e-waste event. In Phase 2 of our program, bathrooms will have compost bins next to trash bins for paper hand towels. In outpatient exam rooms, exam table paper and tissues are compostable. Only selected areas will have these bins and signage. Here are a few messages to make waste sorting easier. Bins are better together, so we want all units to place bins next to each other with the correct signage visible. This makes it easier for people to sort their waste correctly. The Office of Sustainability can provide free recycle bins and free signage upon request. Attention coffee and tea drinkers, your empty paper cups are recyclable. Remember to toss your cup, lid, and sleeve into the recycle bin. Cups can be composted only if labeled compostable. This is because most paper cups are lined with plastic. Recology sells the compost to Napa Valley Vineyards who expect clean compost without small pieces of plastic. In order for something to be clean, it needs to be free of liquids. Don't be a drip. For containers with sticky food, dump and scrape out most of the residue and optionally give it a rinse. Items don't have to be 100% clean, but we want to avoid liquid or food so it doesn't contaminate paper and cardboard. Outside the cafeteria, compost is generally not allowed in order to avoid pests, odors, and infection control issues. Staff can put their food on patient carts to be taken down to the cafeteria. Cardboard to-go boxes, coffee grounds, coffee filters, and takeout containers are all compostable. Here are some good recycling practices. On the top left, this is a recycling compactor in Mission Bay that was audited by Recology. On the top right, you can see a high volume of dry mixed paper, all of which is recyclable. In the bottom 2 photos, you can see that these are clean, loose, and dry recyclable materials such as cardboard, mixed paper, rigid plastic containers, and aluminum cans and trays. Here are some bad recycling practices. On the top left, you can see that the load is contaminated with soiled napkins, which should have been composted. On the top right, plastic wrappers were found in the recycle bin. These should have been placed in the trash. On the bottom left, loose plastic film was found in the recycle bin. Please remove plastic overwrap from cardboard trays before recycling. On the bottom right, you'll see that styrofoam is not accepted in recycling. It belongs in the trash. Here are some next steps. Assign a green champion who will be the main point of contact between your unit, the Office of Sustainability, and hospitality services. If you would like to have additional waste training for your unit, please email us. We are available to train morning or night shifts as well as during staff meetings. All those who participated in this webinar will be entered into a drawing for an iPad giveaway. Please send us a copy of the attendance sheet with email addresses of everyone who viewed this presentation. If you're unsure of what bin to dispose your waste, please check the college's website for reference. This concludes the waste training webinar. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at livinggreen@ucsf.edu.